Hi, I'm Neeraj, CTO and co-founder of Bluzelle, and here's Matthew, who's doing our demo for Sprint Highlight number 40.
Hello, my name is Matthew, and I'm a software developer at Bluzelle. And today I'll be showing you guys how to add information onto the Ethereum Smart Contract Registry, so the ESR. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm on Remix here with the ESR pulled up. So the ESR contains a bunch of functions, and one of them would be the get swarm list. So when we execute this, you can see that there's already been previous swarms that have been added to the ESR. What we'll be doing today is we'll be adding a swarm to the ESR along with a node by bringing up an EC2 instance on AWS. So if I switch to my console over here, you can see that there are 3 terminals set up here. We will be going through each one of them. One of them will be bringing up an EC2 instance on AWS, which will then automatically bootstrap to the ESR in terms of getting the information, node information from AWS to ESR. So it'll store it on ESR. And the second command will figure out if the information has been successfully committed to the ESR, and then the last command will take down the node and delete the information from the ESR. So you can see the full life cycle here. So we'll execute the first command over here. And then as we wait for the node to be set up on AWS and the data being committed to the ESR, we can answer some questions if you have any.
Yeah, I have a question, Matthew. So what's the role of the ESR in terms of setting up a network of nodes?
So the ESR is actually very, very critical within the network. So essentially, it's a place to store all the information of the node and the swarm for the clients to grab and be able to connect to those nodes. So like I mentioned before, the information from the node, the EC2 node that's being put up, so things like the node host IP, the node port, even the swarm ID and the node name, all get stored in the smart contract, so ESR. So the clients use this information, grabs it from the ESR, and be able to connect to those nodes. So
Okay.
that's essentially what it does.
Okay. So let's see. Is it in the smart contract? Can we check in that second window?
Yep. So basically, the second command will check and see if the information has successfully committed to the ESR. So if I execute that, so we can see right now that there's no information on here. We're expecting to see the node name, the host IP, and the port, and all the different information for the node.
So go.
Okay, so let's give this another try and see. And it looks like the node information is there. So you can see that the UUID of the node has committed to the ESR, and then you can see all the different information like the host IP, the port, the node name, and also the node port as well. So if we go back to the ESR, if I execute this function, we should be able to see the demo ESR swarm that we've deployed. So once we do that, you can see that. And then if we get the node info as well, then it should be able to pop up. So the node UUID would be this one over here. And then we should be able to see all the node information. So you can see it on there. So the last command is actually to take down the EC2 instance and remove the information from the ESR. So as soon as I execute that, it should be able to do that. So you can see that it's deleting it. So this is actually taking down the instance, and it will remove it from the ESR as well. So once it's removed, the information will be completely off the ESR, and the clients won't be able to use it to be able to connect to that node. So,
okay. So this is actually you're removing it from the smart contract in Ethereum, as well as removing the actual resources from the AWS.
That's exactly it. And you can see that it's completed. So if we go back to Remix and we execute that get swarm list command again, we should see this disappear. So as soon as we execute that, you can see that it's gone. If we go back to the get node info and we execute that, you can see that all the information is gone there. So if we deleted that swarm, then the client won't be able to connect to it.
Well, that was a fantastic demo, Matthew. I love seeing Ethereum and Bluzelle interacting like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Niraj.